What's going on, my friends? Chris here. I want to bring you all an update today of Bitcoin. Right now we're sitting at $17,000. We're about flat on the day. And what I want to do with Bitcoin here is take a look at the monthly chart all the way down to the 1 hour chart to get us some nice detail of the price action that's going on with Bitcoin. And for right now, guys, my strategy, I'm still sitting back patiently waiting for great opportunities. I have limit buy orders around that $12,000, working my way down to $7,000. But for me right now, with the uncertainty in the market, it's not going to be as large a buy orders as I would like. I'm just going to start with smaller buy orders, and then if I see that things are going the way that I want them to go and the trend's changing to the upside, then I'll be buying on those retracements and adding to positions once I get that confirmation and the wind behind my back. But for me right now, the downside plan is to try to get some of those nice limit buy orders on a long wick or capitulation flush to the downside, and then to the upside I would still want to wait for more confirmation if this was our bottom here, guys. So we're going to get into this. It's going to be on the monthly time frame. Let me know down low what you're doing with Bitcoin, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Let's get into this. So for Bitcoin here, guys, on the monthly time frame, we have to remember here we're still trading below this 50-month moving average, and that could be a major area of overhead resistance for us that we still have to get over top of, and that's going to be roughly at $22,831. And another thing, when we're taking a look at this monthly candle that's forming so far, we're not seeing a lot of conviction, because what we'd want to see, guys, is something like a bullish engulfing candle to where we're actually closing up above this area here, and this would be up around $21,600 or so. I would like to see a nice bullish engulfing candle of the previous month, and right now we're not getting a good start to that. You can see it's just been really flat, really small candle, and that's something, you know, guys, we need to see that buying conviction if we wanted to go long at the area that we're at right now. So not seeing a lot of buying conviction right now. You can also see on the VRVP here this gap, and we've been talking about this gap here, and this potentially shows that we could have another flush down in to this area, and you can see this big chunk of green here. This starts roughly at about $11,600 and works its way down to about $6,500. This is a main area where there's a lot of buying and selling. So on the charts, guys, you know, bulls and bears, they remember certain areas, and this was a major area that we fought over for a long time. We spent a lot of time in this range back here, and this was roughly from about $3,600 all the way up to about that $14,000. Spent a lot of time in there, so really keep an eye on that. That's why I have those limit buy orders, and if I were to get those filled, I would want to hold on to that position for a longer term position trade and really try to ride the change of the trend back to the upside. So on the monthly time frame, guys, still nothing too convincing right now to say, hey, I got to jump in right now and try to pick the bottom. If we get into the 1 week time frame, and also, guys, if you're dollar cost averaging, I do believe these are great opportunities, you know, around the 17,000 if you can get a nice dollar cost average and hold on for the longer term. But for me right now, if we still potentially could have a 20-30% flush to the downside, I want to be cautious, because risk management is the #1 thing in this game. Making more profits is secondary to that. So right now on the weekly time frame as well, guys, we're trading below our 200-week moving average and our 50. So if you look at the textbooks, they'd say, no, you're not touching this until you're at least up above the 200-day moving average, and you'd also want to be up above this 200-week moving average, so you wouldn't have that acting as potential overhead resistance for you, that big ceiling. And that's going to be at roughly, let's see here, guys, $24,200 is going to be our 200-week moving average. So you can see we still can have a really nice move up to there and still see rejection. And you can also see off of VRVP here, you can see this red selling resistance pressure right here that potentially could come in at about $19,242. So we got to keep our eye on that as well. If we look at our indicators on the weekly time frame, VWAP is a positive 1.89, money flow is a negative 14.65, MACD, let's pull this up so we can see it a little bit better. We have had our cross to the upside, and this took place, let's see, August 1st, 2022, and we've been to the upside since then, so we want to keep an eye on that. And then for our relative strength, we're at 34 right now. Getting back now to the 1 day time frame, bouncing out. So on the 1 day time frame, guys, still bears just in complete control here. You can see we're being dominated by our 50 moving average, being dominated by our 200 moving average, and these are the moving averages, guys, that a lot of people pay attention to, and you'll notice it in commodities as well. A lot of the old school traders, they'll really look at that 50-day moving average and that 200-day moving average. Really important in this space as well. So right here, guys, when we're taking a look at this, you can still see yet again this big area of resistance that we potentially could have around that $19,200. In terms of support, we need to hold about $15,400. But right now, guys, just a clear downtrend. I mean, if we turn this to the line graph, you can see this is a line that's clearly going down right now. And one thing you can even do just to show you, if you're ever confused about it, guys, just draw like that. And we're not even going to go off to peaks, but you can just see the line is down. From where we started to where we're at now, line is down. So you're fighting. If you're going bullish, you are fighting against the trend right now. And we always have to be aware of the trend. The trend is our friend, right? On the daily time frame, relative strength is going to be at 47. MACD, we are in the positive there. We had our positive cross. We have not broken up above that zero line yet, but we have had our nice cross to the upside. And then our cipher, we're going to be at a positive 1.18 on the VWAP and a negative 7.74 on the money flow. If we get to the 4-hour time frame, and this is how you do it, guys. This is the best way that I've learned to do it, is to go through the time frame. Start on the monthly, weekly, daily, and just work your way in. So we've gained a little bit of strength here. Last time we were taking a look at our price action, it was farther away from this 200 moving average on the 4-hour time frame, so that was going to be in white. I believe we were back in this range, so we've had a nice little move back into this area here, guys. We've got as high as 17,439, and what we need to hold, what you can do, you can draw a trend line right here, extend this out, and then we want to hold this. So say you're trading on the 4-hour time frame, you want to see these higher lows continuously coming in. So really keep an eye on that trend line. Excuse me, if you're trying to go long off the 4-hour time frame there. Relative strength is going to be at 50. VWAP is going to be at negative 5.33, and the money flow is going to be at 6.20. MACD, we've had a cross to the downside there, and we are at 29.24 and 54.73. Last one we'll do is the hour. So if we take a look at the hour, nice thing is we have gained this 200 moving average on the hourly time frame, so that's good. Let's get this off of here. So we want to continue to hold that, and that's going to be at 16,866. Main area. Overhead resistance, we're going to have to crack 17,113, but we're still just going to watch this yellow trend line. Want to continue these higher lows coming in. If we are to change the trends, that's how it happens, guys. First, we got to change it on the 1 hour, then we have to change it on the 4 hour, then the 12 hour, the 1 day, the 1 week, the 1 month, and that's how it works. So right now, it's nice to see on the 1 hour time frame here, we have tried to change the trend in a nice little uptrend here, just a little short-term uptrend, and we are trading up above our 200 moving average. But for me, guys, nothing to write home about where I say I have to grab a position right now. I'm going to be cautious, I'm going to be patient, and I'm going to wait for some better areas if they come. If not, then we're going to be able to trade with the wind at our back, and we'll be able to go long in an uptrend. So no rush right now. That's my opinion. Hope you all get something from this. God bless you all. Take care.